everyone and welcome back to my channel. It still feels so strange saying that. So today I'm going to do a little get ready with me. Don't know why, 'cause I'm not going anywhere, but hey ho. So I did a little poll on my Instagram story. Sorry, Ben's just over there playing FIFA, so if you hear any strange noises, that's what it is. And if you hear any shouting, it's because he's losing. Yeah, so I did a little poll on my Instagram story asking if you wanted a brown smoky eye or a colourful eye, and the brown smoky eye won. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Please don't take anything that I say as gospel, because I'm no way a makeup artist. I just enjoy doing it, so here we are. So I've just had a shower and I've got nothing on my skin at all. So I'm going to start with moisturiser. This is, I don't even know what this is. So I got it in my Birchbox. Is that what it's called? I think so. That I get every month, and it smells unbelievable. It's lemon and rose and lemon, and it literally smells like lemon cheesecake. So I literally just dab this all over, and I like to use quite a lot because I hate having dry skin, especially when I'm putting makeup on. And then literally just rub it in with my hands. Obviously make sure my hands are clean before I do that, but I've just got out of the shower, so I know that they are. Just get that all rubbed in. Oh. Oh. There we go. And then next I go with the Ole Henriksen eye cream. If you're not on this, you literally need to get on it because it's a life changer. So literally use the tiniest amount just under your eyes, and if you use that morning and night, in 3 weeks you will see that your dark circles under your eyes will be reduced. It's literally amazing, and this smells so nice as well. Literally his whole collection is just to die for. So just pop that underneath the eyes, and then usually I would go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter primer, but because I'm not going anywhere, I don't want to waste it, so I'm not going to use that today. Then I go in with, I keep saying go in with, and Ben hates that and he keeps looking at my butt. Here we are. So I have a mixture of the Stay Naked foundation by Urban Decay in the shade 11NN, and then I mix that with the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour Full Coverage in the shade 30 Sand. So this one's too dark and this one's too light. I ordered this one online. Top tip, never order your shade online if you don't already know what it is, because comparing it online, it's not the same. It's literally just not the same. So I just get my Real Technique, oh, itchy nose. Ooh. Get my Real Techniques beauty blender, sponge, whatever you want to call it, and then I just spray the Mario Badescu facial spray. This is the one with aloe, cucumber and green tea. So I just spray that so it's damp rather than just using water. I just prefer to do that. And then I literally just do 1 pump of that. Oh, and 1 pump of that. And then dab, dab, dab. Sorry about that. So my laptop died and my ring light went off, so I've had to just pause it and start again. So now I'm out of breath. So I've just mixed the two foundations together. As you can see, I've just blobbed them on, and then with the sponge just literally start tapping it in. Not in any sort of way, just get it all over your face. I don't put it over my eyelids, but that's entirely your choice. And I also don't put it over my lips because the foundation lip look is like 2011. We're not there anymore, boys and girls. So just keep, Ben keeps laughing at my little sayings. So just keep working it in, and I try not get it all over my eyebrows well, just so that when I do my eyebrows later, it doesn't look like there's loads of product in the brow. And then look up. Don't really know why that helps, because I literally don't have any eyelashes, but look up, and you'll have to excuse the mouth. The mouth just does what it wants when you're applying makeup. Keep it. And then literally down here, I like swipe it and then go like round my ear and down the neck. Cover up the extra chin. And then same under this eye, looking up to make sure all of it is blended. Told a little porky there, just went over my eye, but only ever so slightly. Sorry, I was just looking for my mirror. I usually obviously do it in front of a mirror, not a camera, but here we are. And then same on this side, swipe it round and lightly dab over the ear so it doesn't look obviously a different colour. And then you can obviously see that my lips are still lip colour, whatever you want to call it. And then I just brush that slightly upwards, just so it's like not a line around the hairline. None of these techniques are like, I don't know what the word is, I've just literally made them up myself. This is how I've just been doing my makeup since I've been doing it. And then obviously because I've moisturised and used the damp sponge, you can still see the glow on the skin. So it's not like a, I don't know what the word is. It can be full coverage, you can build it up, you can put on as much as you want, but obviously I just use 1 pump of each colour just to get a nice amount on the skin. And that's that for foundation. I then use the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer in the shade Ivory. It's the one with the little furry blobber on the top. I've seen quite a few people, they take that off and then like scoop the concealer out, but I just use it as it comes really. So you just twist it and you can't really see that anything is coming out. I thought I'd got a broken one, but it does actually work when you put it on the skin. So just twist it for however long you want and then literally under the eye, so you can see that is quite a light one. I actually prefer that. Some people use one that's the same colour as the foundation or like a similar tone. I prefer a lighter concealer because I've got quite dark circles because I'm always tired. So a little bit on the chin, down the bridge of the nose, and then the classic 3 lines on the forehead. And then the concealer works better if you leave it to like set in for a little bit. It just lets it dry down a little bit so you get more out of the product rather than blending it straight away. I also like the Makeup Revolution concealers. This is the shade C4 and it's quite a big size, this one. They're really good. I think they're like £9. They're really good. And I use the shade C13.5 for cream contour. So I'll do that once I've blended in the concealer. So I'll start with the chin with the same beauty blender, don't spray it again, and then just start tapping that and dispersing it where you want it to go. Down the nose. Sorry if anyone heard that, Ben just went, good word. Because I said, what did I even say? Diffused? Disperse? Must have never said that before. And then up to the forehead. And then you want to keep that, if you can, in the centre. So when you bronze, you do like the 3. So like underneath your chin, your cheekbones, and around the top of your forehead. So you want to keep the concealer towards the centre of your forehead. Obviously, if you use too much like I do, you have to blend it out elsewhere. But as long as it's the main part of it is in the centre of the forehead, then you should be fine. And then I do the under eye last, because that's where I want the majority of the products to be. So I'll leave them to dry for the longest, and then I start at the bottom and just blend it out towards my hairline. Look up again so you can get right in the corner. And then I also go on the eyelid, and then you can just see I'm just using like a swiping motion to get that really blended in. And then obviously, like with your foundation, you can build that up and use as little or as much as you want. So same on the other side, out to the hairline, and then swipe over the eyelid. like that. Just make sure everything is blended in and you've got no strange funny lines where it's obviously that you're using different coloured products, like that. And you can still see that I've got the glow underneath my skin from the moisturiser. So I'm going to go in with the Revolution, Makeup Revolution. I've lost my head, I don't know what I'm doing. Longwear Concealer, there we go. In the shade C13.5 for a cream contour. I do that before my powdered bronzer. I don't really know why I started doing that. I just saw someone doing it on YouTube and I thought, oh, that's a good trick. So literally, you've got the big doe foot applicator. I really like that. I don't like the little tiny ones where you have to mess around for ages. You can literally get this and put it where you want it and there's no messing. So literally just lift my hair up and then just do 3 dots coming down like that on either side. How annoying are baby hairs, by the way. Just in the way all the time. And then 3 dots on either side of the forehead. And then some people do under the chin. I'm a little bit scared of that. I don't want it to look mucky. And then just blend away. And this concealer is so easy to work with. Like, it blends so easily. Okay. And then you want to keep that going up rather than, you know, down, so because you don't want your face to look drooped. And then I use the flat end that I use for the foundation to blend in the edge, just so it blends into the foundation a bit more at the bottom. And obviously again with this you can blend for as little or as long as you want to make sure you've got that product exactly where you want it. So you can clearly see here that this part of the face around the top is a lot lighter than under the eyes and the centre of the forehead. That's what we want. Don't worry, I know it looks a bit crazy now, but once we've added all the powders and we're all blended, it will come together. Trust the process. And then with the remainder of what's on the sponge, I just dab over my nose. And then I go in with a brush later on to concentrate that even more. So, there we go. That is the base. There we go. So, that is the base done, apart from powder. So, it's not done at all, really. That was a complete lie. So, the next thing I do is, what is it? Loose powder. So, this is the, I don't even know. Oh, it's from Primark. Oh, well, I'm shocked at that because I thought it was Maybelline. £2 this was, and I've literally had it for well over a year, and it's amazing. So this is in the shade Porcelain, which is, I think, it's like halfway between a banana powder and a translucent powder. So you can see it's not like white and it's not yellow, it's sort of like a creamy colour in the middle. So, which brush do I want to use? So this does not have a name on it. It's just a cool little brush. So it's just a little tiny brush. So I just dip that into the powder and then tap it off in the lid. So I'm not losing the product. But obviously it's not all on the brush. And then just fan it off all over the carpet. And then I just go under the eyes, on top of the eyes, and then the same on the other side. And this just sets all of those cream products in place so they're not going to crease throughout the day. Sorry, that was just my air freshener going off if you heard that noise. And then I do the forehead, where we put the concealer down the nose and around the mouth. Because as you can probably tell, I could talk the back legs off a donkey. So my mouth, round my mouth, just round the mouth does crease quite a lot. And then the same with all of the other products. You can use as much or as little as you want, depending on what skin type you've got. So if you've got quite oily skin, obviously you would use more. If you didn't like the oily skin, you would use more powder. But if you've got dry skin, you wouldn't need to use as much, because obviously your products aren't going to crease. And there we go. So you can just see I've still got the shine here because I've not put any powder there. And I've not put any powder where the bronzer is because I'm going to use a powdered bronzer, so I don't need to. So that's just the main areas that are powder. So it's mainly just like the T section. So across the forehead, down the nose, the chin, and under the eyes to set that concealer. Then I go in with bronzer. Right, I need everybody's opinion on this. So I got the Hula Caramel bronzer from... Is it Benefit? Yeah, Benefit. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. I cannot use it for the life in me. It just looks like mud on my cheeks. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I've tried it in so many different ways. So Jamie Genevieve uses this all the time. Absolutely love her videos, watch her all the time. And one of her techniques is to hold your bronzer brush right at the end. So say that I was using this for bronzer, to hold it right at the end and, you know, do it like that rather than like scraping it on. Tried that. I've tried scraping it on. I've used the tiniest amount. I've used even more. Like, nothing I do works. I've tried it with a full powdered face, with nothing on my cheeks, on top of cream contour, nothing. So if anybody has got any tips on how I can use that, because it's quite an expensive bronzer, so if anybody has got any tips on how I can, what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything wrong, then please let me know. So I'm going to use this little trio from Makeup Revolution. It's a bronzer, a highlight, and a shimmery blush that you could use as a highlight. Stunning. And it was £3 from Beauty Bay. If you don't know Beauty Bay, get to know, because they've got the best offers, like, unbelievable. Yeah, so, right. So this is another brush that doesn't have a name on it. I don't spend money on makeup brushes. I do want... there's loads of brushes that I want, but the ones that I've got work, so I don't need to pay, like, and I've got so many. I've got literally 3 pots like this full of brushes. Like, I've got hundreds of brushes. So yeah, so this is what the palette looks like. As you can tell, I really like this bronzer because I literally need a new one. So just pick up some of that on the brush, and then you pull the bronzer face. So it's so embarrassing, but you literally just suck your cheeks in to get the structure of your cheekbones, or look to put your mouth to the side. So this is how. That's the face that I choose. So I start at the top and get the most product towards the back, and then blend it out towards the front. And then obviously once you've put the product on, you don't need to pull your face anymore. And you can just spread that product where we cream contoured earlier. So you don't need to use as much because obviously the depth is already there from the cream contour. And I just dip it into the pan and then just like shake it off so the fallout's not sticking to your face. So you can see it's very subtle, but it is still there. And you can still see the glow. I'm very proud of that. And then this is where I do the nose. So some people like carve it out with concealer. They go down the nose with an eyebrow brush. I don't have time for that. So literally just get some bronzer on my eyeshadow brush and just go down the bridge of the nose, like so. Then, obviously because you can see it's gone down either side, I get my little powder brush from earlier and just dust that off. And there we go. And then I'm going to highlight my nose anyway when I do highlight, so that's fine. Then, go back to the powder, the Primark powder, £2, bargain. I mean, I'm all for high-end makeup, don't get me wrong, but when you can get a bargain like that, it can't go wrong, can you? Then I go in with the Beauty Blender, same one as before. Dab some powder on, suck the cheeks in, and just do a line of powder underneath where you've done the bronzer. You'll see why in a sec. Just like that. Nothing crazy. Some people do that down the sides of the nose as well to sharpen up the contour that we've just done on the nose. Sorry, I had a mind block then. So I just use the remainder of what's on the sponge just to go around the nose again and get that powdered. Then I literally just get the brush, the same powder brush, and just dust that off. And you can see it just sharpens up the line where the bronzer's gone. So you see on that side, nice sharp line, and on that side it's all a bit iffy jiffy. Dust that off. And there we go. And you can still see the glow from the skin. Looks like I've got highlight on, but it's just moisturiser. It's all a lie. Then I'm actually not going to use that bronzer today. I am going to use the Holly Boone Dare to Be Different. This is in the shade Feeling Peachy. If you do not have this blusher, you need to get it because it is unbelievable. So it's that colour. You get a mirror in it as well, which is fabulous. And when I did it, she also had a deal on, so I got the brush as well. Bargain. And when I say a little goes a long way, I'm not joking. I'm talking one dab for both cheeks. It's unreal. So literally, oh, I thought it was looking pretty, but get rid of the baby hairs again. Oh, got an itchy eyebrow. So literally, one dab. You can see already. And then this just goes on the apples of your cheeks. So I smile so it pushes your cheeks up. Look at that. You can see the difference. And that just adds to the, I was going to say texture, it doesn't at all. It just adds a bit more colour. And then I just blend with the, I haven't dipped in the pan again, just with whatever is remaining on the brush, just blend that into the bronzer, just so it's not like staggered, you know what I mean? So you can't see the difference in the products. There we go. Amazing. Then I set my face, oh, I've left it over there, with the All Nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. So just literally shut my eyes, spray it everywhere. There you go, see there you can see the skin. Lovely. And then as that is drying, I'm going to go in with highlight, and I'm going to use the Doll Beauty in the shade Shine Bright. This highlight is to die for. So, but because I've already got glowy skin, I don't need to use a lot. So I'm literally just going to dab and then just put that on the very high point of the cheek. Like, oh, shining bright. You've got that right. Another dab. Like, look at that. And then I go where the brow starts to go down, I go at the top of there and just do a little wiggle up to the forehead on both sides, like so. And then because of the glow in the forehead already with the moisturiser, it carries across. And then I haven't dipped any more on the brush, and then I do the top there and then just drag it down like so. Cupid's bow. And then I just do a little dab on the chin just so we're all in symmetry. Look at that glow. Yes. Live for that. Oh, I've missed a step out. Goodness me. Then I use, this is, I don't actually know what this is. It's a sun-kissed bronzer anyway. I don't know where it's from. And it's like that, but it comes out like a shimmer, and it's lovely. So I'll go in with the same bronzer brush that I used before. Just do a little swirl in that because the pigment's not fantastic. And then just go where the bronzer was. And you can do this actually at the step I'm doing now, because it's a glowy one, so it ties in with the highlight, as you can see. So it doesn't really matter. If it was a matte bronzer, then you could run into a little bit of trouble. But there we go. And that just is stunning. See what I mean? The cheaper products literally do come through, because I'm glowing from head to toe here. Living for that. Now, you're going to laugh when you see this eyeshadow product that I use. It doesn't have a lid. It's literally an embarrassment, but I don't care because I love it. So it's literally this, and it's from Maybelline. And it's called the Master Brow. 3 easy steps to perfected looking brows, I think it says. But I've had it for about 5 years, so I can't really read the back. Then I just get this little brush. So it's got a spoolie on one end and a angled brush on the other end. So I just brush up the brows just to make sure that there's no product sitting in there that we don't want in there. And my eyebrows are very odd, as you can probably tell. So it's quite a trick. So I don't use I think that's supposed to be like a pomade, but it's like dried out because I don't have the lid. And I use this one in the middle, as you can tell. So I just pick up some product on the flat end of the brush. And then I just start in the bottom corner and just work that upwards like so. So we get an underline, and then join that to the tail. But I mean, look how already, just with that little bit of product. And then just work that upwards through the brow. Oh, excuse me, because you don't want a lot of product in the front of the brow. Oh, a little bit of hiccups there. Because obviously that doesn't look natural if it's really blocky and you can see all of the product. So I've literally just gone in once to the pan, and then I've dispersed that. There we go again, Ben, with that word. All through the brow. And you can do them as thick as you want. You can do them round. I prefer the classic brow shape, if you will. Get rid of all the stray hairs. Make sure they're all tucked away. Like so. And then I just go in again with the fallout from the first swipe. And just tidy up the arch. And make sure it's as square as I want it. And there we go. So you can see the difference between a groomed brow and one that's just left to go wherever it wants. So I'm just going to do the same on the other side. And I always raise it ever so slightly so you get the arch higher up, so it looks higher up. So same again, just start from the bottom corner and drag that product up towards the arch. I didn't use as much product, so I'm just going to get some more from the pan to fill it in. Create your arch where you want it. And then join that together. And one always goes better than the other because eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Everybody knows that, so it's fine. And then again, going up through the brow in little brush motions to create that fluffy effect as if they're real eyebrow hairs. And there we go. They're not perfect, they're not matching, but I'm not going anywhere, so it really doesn't matter. Then I go in with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This stuff is like super glue. Put this on your eyebrows and they will not move. It is fabulous. So I've also got it's the coloured, I can't remember what it's called. It's the coloured one. So that just adds depth to your eyebrow hairs. And it comes in all different shades, obviously, depending on the shade of your eyebrows. But at the moment, I've got really blonde hair, so I don't really use that. Because I'm not a fan of having really dark eyebrows with light hair. So literally start at the corner and just brush those hairs upwards. So this helps to disperse the product. Oh, God, I'm using that word a lot. I'm going to get a tally, see how many times I've said it. This helps, what's another word? Spreads out the product so you don't have a clumpy brow, 'cause that's not a friend to anyone. So brush those hairs up, and you can see it just helps to bring your natural eyebrow hairs in front of the product, if you will. So you can see that rather than an eyebrow product. Does that make sense? Don't know. Do the same on the other side. My eyebrows do need doing, so please just ignore the stray hairs. And there we go. That is how I do my eyebrows. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The eyes. So, I watch a lot of YouTubers that do makeup. All of them use the P. Louise base. I do not have this, and I have not tried it. Not for any other reason other than I'm too lazy to order it. So, sometimes I use extra concealer if I'm doing a really bright colourful eye. But because we're doing a brown smoky eye, I don't need it to be bright. And I already concealed my eyes earlier, so we should be fine. So I am going to use the Morphe 35V palette. I don't know what that liquid is on the front, but I think it's setting spray, so it's alright. Look at this beautiful palette. So obviously we're going to concentrate on this area. Now, the thing with these Morphe palettes, they're absolutely amazing and the shadows are amazing. This is where the problems start to arise. Ooh, that would have been a problem if it had smashed, but it didn't. Luckily I caught it with my fat legs. So, this little plastic wallet is where the shade names are, and I think it's bizarre. So usually, let me find a normal palette. So here is the Holly Boons Dare to Be Different palette. So usually, when you open, they have a plastic sheet on, but that's to protect the eyeshadows. I mean, can we just take a look at this palette also, by the way? Stunning. So the names are on the pan underneath. Makes so much more sense. Because if you're clumsy like me, you often lose these little plastic sheets when you're doing your makeup or whatever. Luckily for this one, I've still actually got it, so I can actually tell you which shades I'm using. But, soz, we'll just sort the bra straps out, bear with. Yeah, so if you lose this, you have no idea what shade you're using. And I mean, for normal people that don't video it, then it doesn't really make a difference, does it? But for me to tell you what I'm using, I need that sheet. It's just a little bit irritating. I mean, it's really not the end of the world, but it's quite annoying. So, and you have to match it up. Like, you can't just look and think, oh yeah, I'm using... You have to, count which one it is. You know what I mean? It's just long. And for lip, I've just got an itchy face. So rather than doing that, I'm just going to dab it with my sponge. Oh, it didn't work. I think I'm allergic to makeup, I'm not even joking. Because I've had to pause this video 4 times to blow my nose because it just runs all the time when I'm doing my makeup. And now I've got an itchy face. Does that stop me from doing it? Absolutely not. Right. Without further ado, I need to find somewhere to put this. It's rather large, this palette, isn't it? I can't even see properly. Right, so I'm going to go in with the darkest shade first. Some people do it the other way around. I do it this way. So, don't quote me because I'm matching it up. But I think this is the shade called In the Zone. So, it's this shade here. And it's the darkest brown. So, I'm going to get... Which brush shall we use? Again, don't have names on these brushes. They're just very good for a very good price. So it's just a fluffy brush. It's quite dense, so you can put the product exactly where you want it. So we're going to focus this product on the crease of the eye. Okay, so just dip that in, and then with circular motions, we're just going to create the crease. I mean, look at that pigment from one dip. You can't go wrong, can you? And I wouldn't say that Morphe is unaffordable. And then we'll just go backwards and forwards until I'm happy. Really. Like so. Trust the process. It looks a mess, but it won't at the end. Dip in with the other. And I do, whatever I do on one side, I then do on the other side. I don't go into different colours because I can't remember what I've done. So I have to do them both at the same time. Oh, Ben's just lobbed his pad. I think that means that the team scored. So we'll just do the same on this side. Create that crease. And just do little backwards and backwards and forth. Whatever that is, backwards and forwards, whatever you want. Little circular motions. Like so. Leave the lid free of product if you can. So there, we're matched. Now, next brush. Going to get a bigger. No, that's smaller. Here we go. This is a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush. It's the number 305. So this is a big fluffy. Keep going like that. You can't see. A big fluffy brush. Oh, now I need to get my sheet and match it back up. Bear with me. I'll be with you in 5 minutes when I've figured out which one I'm going to use. That one. This is the shade Scandal. Ooh. So this is a lighter brown that we're going to diffuse. Oh no, it would disperse on it. Diffuse. There we go. That's another one. So I just start in the corner, the very edge of that darker brown with the lighter brown, and then just do circular motions just to blend out that harshness of that line. And you can take that right up to the brow bone. So there you can see the difference. You can still see the depth of the brown, but it's just taken away the harsh line. Like so. Then, without adding any extra product, just go back in with that darker shade and add that back in so it's not as harsh. Can you see there? Yeah. Fab. Do the same on the other side. I always shake off the brush, especially with eyeshadow, just because of the fallout. You don't want that all going down your face. But because we've used setting spray and we've powdered underneath the eye, if we get any fallout, it'll just dust straight off. Oh, excuse me again. So a lot of people that do makeup do the eyes first. Oh my god, so sorry. I am not a fan of doing that. So we'll do the same on this side and just diffuse that line. So you're literally just doing circular motions, going backwards and forwards all the way up to the brow bone. Just getting rid of that line. Apologies for any language that you may or may not have heard just then. From the corner. Then again, with the darker shade, just go back in and add that back. And then you can, it's a waiting game really, but it's not because you're doing it, so you're not really waiting. But you know what I mean. Just taking your time to get the blend how you want it. Then, with it's like a small, I call it a packing brush, but I don't know what it's called. I'm going to go in with an even darker shade. So, I don't know if that's like a purple, but we're going to go with it anyway. This is the shade Addicted. So I'm just going to do one tap in the pan. And then we're just going to do this on the very inner corner. And slightly onto the lid. Again, just doing them circular motions. And that just adds a bit of depth. As you can see. Do the same on the other side. Like so. There we go. Then I go back in with the first colour again and just blend that into the crease. Same on both sides. And then you can either do a really, really light beige so it's matte on the crease, but I like to use a glitter. So what I do is I get another packing brush, but a different one because obviously that's got dark colour on it. And I'm going to use the shade Go Nude. Very appropriate. So because this is like a flat brush, you can get it really packed on. And I'm just going to put that on the crease where there's no product. Like so. And then go back in with the other and just add that darkness back in, like so. So you can see the difference. There we go. And then we'll go back in with Go Nude on this side. Like so. Get the darker colour and just go over that so there's not a harsh line between the colours. And then we're going to go back in with the lighter brown and just diffuse that edge again, just so we've got the light shade at the top of the eye. And then you really just blend until you're happy with it. Like so. And then it's glitter time. So there's so many shimmers in this palette, but I am going to use the shade Shameless. Who comes up with these names? Like, literally who sits and thinks, I don't have the energy for that. That's too big. So then I just get, this looks like it's dirty, but it's not. So it's another flat brush. So I just pick up the shadow on this brush. Is that even? Oh yeah, it is. So pick up the shadow on that brush, like so, and then just pop that over the top of where we put the beige. And then we'll do the same on the other side and then tidy it up after. There we go. And obviously you can use whichever colour glitter or pigment shadow that you want. But I think that looks really nice. If I don't say so myself. Or do. Is it do? Whichever you want. Then I'm just going to dab with this flat brush. So we use the first colour on the big fluffy brush. I'm going to go back in with that colour, but on this denser brush. Just one little dab. Just to go right in the crease. Like so. Just to add that depth back and make sure that the pigment is controlled. Like so. Back in with the Real Techniques and just blend out that harshness at the top. And there we go. That, ladies and gents, is how I do my smoky eye. So I then, oh, I don't know what this little brush is. So I then do the same gradient underneath, but I use the flat brushes. Don't use a big brush underneath, otherwise you're going to end up with eyeshadow on your cheeks. So go in with the first colour right on the lash line, The faces that you pull when you're doing makeup are literally crazy, aren't they? So funny. And then a little underneath, just so you can really see it. Like so, so it all ties in. Mixture of the two, the first dark one and then the purpley one that I weren't too sure about. Mix those two together for underneath the lash, like so. You can see the difference. And then I go in with my highlighter. So some of the palettes have like highlight shades in them. I don't really like to use those. So, but for the inner, as you can see, the Doll Beauty highlight is really bright. So I'm actually going to use the one from the Makeup Revolution palette. And I've just used... Oh, these hiccups are doing my head in. Excuse me. Just going to use a tiny, tiny, tiniest little flat brush for... Oh, goodness me. For highlight. So just dip that in the pan. And then this just goes on the brow bone. Like so, on both sides. Like that, and on the inner corner. Like so. And you can just see that that's a very simple, not too in your face, and it just ties the whole look in together. £3. £1. So that highlighter was £1, and it's stunning. So then you need to do mascara and, if you choose, lashes. So I use a mixture of the Kiko Standard Volume Buildable Mascara and the Benefit Cosmetics Beyond Mascara, is it called? Or is it called Their Real? No idea. So I'm going to have to use a mirror for this because I can't do that too far away, otherwise it'll end up all over my face. So I'll go in with the Kiko one first because I prefer the applicator on this one. So just do... So I find it easier if you look down while you're doing it. So hold the mirror underneath. So if you're looking like straight up or looking up, your wet mascara is going to touch your eyelid. So it's going to transfer onto your eyeshadow that you've just done. So I find it easier to look down at your mirror. And then that just... And I've just blobbed. Not a problem. Not a problem. Just leave that there for the time being. And we're just going to do a coat on each eye and keep coming back to build it up as and when we need to. So I am quite lucky that my eyelashes take to mascara really well. So there, that's just one coat. Excuse the little mess that I made. And then do the same on the other side. So looking down again at the mirror so we don't get any transfer. Rotate the brush so you're getting the whole amount of product off rather than doing loads of dips and just wasting it. Make sure you get the ones on the outer corner and the inner corner. Yeah, I'm not going to blow my own horn here, but to say I've never done a makeup tutorial or whatever before, I think I've done very well. Remembering each little step that you don't usually think about, you just do it. Pat on the back for me. Back to the vid. It's quite hard getting the ones on the very inner corner without getting it all over your skin. But practice makes perfect, boys and girls. You will get there eventually. So that is the first coat. So with this, you're probably wondering why I've not got it off yet. I used to use cotton buds or whatever you call them, and I used to just wet it, but then it'd leave a gap on your face. So if you leave your mascara to dry and then take your spoolie and like twist it, it like scrapes off and it doesn't affect the makeup underneath. Top tip. So I'm going to go in for a second dip, and always when it comes out you can see at the very end of the brush, why is it not focusing? there's like a blob. So I always make sure to wipe that off, otherwise that will end up on my face. As you can see, I'm quite clumsy. So just going in with the same technique, looking down and just applying that mascara. So that is 2 coats on each side, just with the Kiko mascara. So I'm going to do the bottom lashes now. So it's obviously hard when you can't look down. Well, you can. I don't really know how, I don't really have a technique for this. I'm going to have to open my mouth. You're going to have to excuse the mascara face. So, literally, just, I like, can't get my words out. I like quite long and chunky bottom lashes. I know some people don't even apply mascara to the bottom lashes. But I just do. Just a little. So you can see the difference. So that's without. And that's with. So it's not like a crazy amount. There we go. Oh, also, as you can see, there's no fallout from the eyeshadow. So, thumbs up to Morphe for that. So, I'm actually not going to use the Benefit one, because I actually think that looks quite nice just with that. And I'm not going to put lashes on today either. So now I'm just going to take this spoolie and just keep and there we go. So you just keep working with it, and then eventually it'll come off. So the last thing to do is lips. So because we've done a brown smoky eye, I won't go in with like a red lip. I mean, I'm not really a lover of a red lip anyway, and most of my lip collection is nudes and pinky tones and things like that. So I'm going to go in with the NYX lip pencil. Helps if you have it the right way. I've done it really. In the shade Natural, I think. And this is just to outline my lips. Like so. Some people outline their overdraw the top of their lips, but I don't think I need to. I've been blessed with quite big lips. And I'm then going to go in with a classic MAC Velvet Teddy. Absolutely love this.
Playing this game with mute is so
like
hard.
so. He just said playing his game on mute is so hard. My heart bleeds for you, Ben. And then, if you can't tell, I'm so over FIFA, it's unbelievable. I'm then going to go in with the Kiko lip gloss in the shade 06. This actually is a clear lip gloss, but because I use this lip combination all the time, it's like transferred in. Just like so. And then I go in again with the all-nighter just to set everything. So I'm just going to go off camera and sort my hair out, and then I'll come back and show you the whole piece tied together. So I've literally just taken my hair down, brushed it and put this blue headband in. Obviously you can do whatever you want with yours. So this is the final look. That's a close-up of it all. The lips. There we go. So that is how I do my brown smoky eye. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you leave a comment down below and let me know what video you'd like me to do next, I will read all the comments and then obviously decide what I want to do. But I'm happy to do anything really. So if you just let me know, and if you could please hit the thumbs up and the notification bell, so you get a notification every time I upload a video, and if you could subscribe, that would mean so much to me. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.